Making it to news today are two women, one urban, upwardly mobile, highly successful CEO of an AI startup company, Suchana Seth, and the other, a village housewife who was a content creator who used to make reels for Instagram. Both women now arrested, now behind bars for killing one of their closest family members. Let's start with the story of Rani. So, the lady you're looking at right now is Rani creating one of her reels. She's in her elements, as you can see. This is what she loves doing the most. She has rediscovered herself and her talent, and she has immersed herself into being somebody who's seen on Instagram with these reels, possibly because she gets a lot of admiration, adulation, validation from that platform. So, how did Rani's story go awry? This is what happened. Rani used to resent her husband's objection to her creating reels. And those fights, those altercations turned so ugly that one day Rani killed her husband Maheshwar with the help of her parents when he came visiting from his workstation to the village.
नुतनी
बोला
पटना की लड़की पटेगी नहीं
अच्छा
दिल्ली की दिल बेटा देगी नहीं
काहे हो
आरा की लड़की आर पार कर देगी दिलवा पे धाय धाय
Rani has now been arrested for murder. The story of Rani is interesting at many levels. Of course, now it has become so easy for anybody to simply turn the camera around to themselves and sing a song or do a performance or do a dance and then get a lot of adulation, lot of admiration from people, garner a lot of followers, and that gives you a kick. It becomes a dopamine. And that is where the danger begins, when this becomes a drug, an addiction, like any other addiction. So while it is a very welcome thing for women around in rural areas to express their talent, to find some relevance in their lives away from, only picking up after their kids or husband, while it could be a very positive thing, it has a very dark side to it. And that is what Rani's story tells us. Listen in to what one of the relatives of Rani has to say about it.
वो बार बार रील बनाता था, इंस्टाग्राम पे रील बनाता था और कई बार इन लोगों के बीच में होता भी था कि तुम ऐसे बनाते क्यों, जो शायद हम लोगों को भी पसंद नहीं आता था. कई बार मना भी किया, रानी देखो जब महेश्वर मना करता है तो बात को समझो.
And the other story is of Suchana Seth, who actually killed her 4-year-old son. What could have happened, we don't know. Now, here is a case of a woman who was estranged from her husband and who was caught in a custody battle to the extent that she was so obsessed with her son not being handed over to her husband that she could go to any extent to prevent that from happening. And that any extent actually turned into a murder of her own son. Well, that's what the police statement tells us from preliminary investigation, that she did not want her husband to get hold of her son. But would she kill her son? Is there something more to it? We don't know. What we do know is this, that Suchana Seth was arrested for allegedly murdering her 4-year-old son in a Goa apartment. The 39-year-old was apprehended while attempting to flee with the child's body in a cab. Police are investigating a potential link to her estranged relationship with her husband. During the investigation, the hotel staff said that the woman had asked the receptionist to arrange a cab to take her to Bengaluru. Now, this is from Goa to Bengaluru, where Suchana wanted to take a cab. Obviously, the hotel staff advised her to take a flight instead, since cab would be extremely expensive, but the accused insisted on taking the cab. The hotel staff discovered bloodstains leading to the revelation. CCTV footage showed Seth leaving alone with a bag, and inquiries with the cab driver raised suspicion. At a police station in Karnataka's Chitradurga, authorities discovered the boy's body concealed in her bag. Two horrible, heinous crimes committed by women. It says something about our society that we must have our eyes and ears open to people who display this sort of obsessive compulsive behavior. While it is prudent to get help and support for such people if they are in your immediate circle, it is also advisable to protect yourself when you see these